Hello people of YouTube, it is I, S.H.MonsterArts, or you can call me Vinny, and today we're going to be taking a look at the S.H.MonsterArts Kyoku Bio Goji. This figure has been anticipated for some people like it, some people don't, some people say it's very expensive for what it is, some people love it and say it's worth being figure of the year, stuff like that, whatever. And does it have flaws? Yes, it has flaws. Is it perfect? No, it's not. What do I think of it? I like it personally. I enjoy the figure a lot. What's good about it? What's bad about it? What's the pros? What are the cons? Well, we're going to find those out right now and see if you want this in your collection. Let's not waste more time and take a look at the figure. First, as always, we're going to go over the sculpt and paint job. The sculpt is sculpted by Yuji Sakai, and once again, he has done an amazing job, capturing the likeness of Bio Goji. Paint job, can't really say the same for, honestly. Some of it's bad, not all of it is crap. It's definitely a hell of a lot better than other MonsterArts figures that we've been getting, so I'm going to give it an easy pass. The teeth, they don't look that good compared to other figures from the past, but they are better than other teeth we've been seeing. The eyes are decals, and some argue it looks a bit cartoonish, but to each their own. Personally, I don't think they look too bad. I think they look pretty good, and sculpt, again, looks really, really nice. First, we're looking at the body, and as you can see, it has the usual muscular Godzilla sculpt that it has, and it looks great. Godzilla's paint app is a charcoal black. We are very used to seeing on pretty much all the Godzillas, because that's a traditional color scheme, at least on the Heisei suits, and again, it looks rather nice. The claws themselves are actually painted rather nicely, and I gotta be honest, I actually dig the claws a lot. I really don't find them that bad, honestly. In fact, I think they're the best part about the figure, bar none. At least best in terms of paint-wise. Some of them do have small chips, but it's really minor because I can only notice those when I'm up close on the figure. So yeah, nothing to complain about. Looking at Godzilla's thighs, as you can see, they are, again, thunder thighs, and they have the most detail out of all Heisei Godzilla figures I've seen in the line thus far, at least for me. So yeah, it looks pretty good. Again, the paint app is rather nice, and looking at the toenails, again, we got some really nice paint apps going on with the toenails as well as the claws. And you know what? I dig it a lot, to be perfectly honest. Okay, enough of the bullshit. I absolutely despise the paint app on the goddamn smaller dorsal plates. Why? Look at them. It looks like they just put globs of paint over them without doing any shading. They just put paint on there and call it a night just to make sure that no black was bleeding through. Honestly, it doesn't look that good at all. It just looks like a glob of paint just went on there covering half of the sculpt. And it just does not look very good. And this is only the first of it. The smaller plates on the sides are also pretty screwed too. They just don't look good at all. Again, they just have globs of paint over them and it looks terrible. And it doesn't look that good. There's barely any detail, there's no shading, it's just on there to cover it up. That way, you know, they can sell the figure. The dorsal plates look fine. They are a milky, dry, bonish white and translucent plastic. All because, you know, they needed to illuminate to light up for obvious reasons. And you know what? It doesn't look too bad. Looking at the tail spines, it doesn't look that bad, honestly. The spines on the sides, you know, the mini dorsal plates, they still look pretty bad. But the bigger plates, they look alright. They look awesome. And you know what? I dig it a lot, besides the crappily painted spines. That's why I say some of the paint job is pretty crappy. And when I say crappy, I do mean crappy. It looks like garbage. It just... Like, how do you paint it well on a 6-inch figure, but you can't paint it well on an 8-inch figure? That doesn't make any sense at all to me. Not all of it's bad. For the most part, it's pretty good. But, you know, some of it kind of sucks. Articulation is okay, but, you know, it's not the most posable Godzilla in the world for the gimmicks. So, you're gonna have to lower your expectations a little bit just to, you know, enjoy it.
Time for articulation. Alright, so the head. It's on a ball joint. Can move this far up, this far down. Cannot, I repeat, not move left or right all that much because the instructions do tell you not to move it more than, I think it said 45 degrees. But I'm not really comfortable moving it anyway, since I really don't want to damage the light up gimmick in here. So I'm gonna leave that alone. Mouth can open up. It's on a hinge. Basic hinge. Works fine. Arms are on ball joints. It's not the best range in the world, but it's enough. At least for Godzilla. Biceps can swivel. Elbows are double jointed. Double hinged, excuse me. Hands are on ball joints. Waist virtually has no movement at all because you really don't want to damage the light up feature. Legs are on ball joints. Can move about this far forward, but still. I implore that you be careful. Can move this far back. Can not do the splits at all, for obvious reasons. Knees work. They work just fine. And we also got the ankle movement. They're very stiff on mine, so... Yeah, they're very stiff, but they do have a lot of range, as you can see. So, it's pretty cool. And the tail. Bunch of ball joints. A bunch of ball joints. It's a typical... Yeah, that part falls off all the time. And typical Godzilla tail in the S.H.MonsterArts line. So, yeah. Works very well. So, articulation. For people that wanted the super articulated Bio Goji, well, sorry, this is the best you're gonna get. Just lower those expectations, and who knows, you might like it.
This figure is called the Kyoku Godzilla for a reason, because it means light, sound, and music. And we have the gimmick inside of the figure. Right here, I'm gonna pop it out right now, and there we go. Pop it out, place in the LR44 batteries. Yeah, and then pop it back in after you hit the switch and you know your Godzilla is up and running. Right here, you have a button which activates the gimmicks, whether it be roars, light up, or the music. You hit the button once, and he roars. You get 3 different kinds of roars. You get the short roar, a medium roar, and finally, the long roar. Pretty cool, right? I like it a lot, honestly. And yeah, they sound a little bit muffled, but I don't think it's that bad. Something else to note is that it also has some musics. You get 2 music soundtracks from Godzilla vs. Biollante. And you know what? The songs actually last for a long time, actually. They last for about a minute. So yeah, that's actually not bad, and you know what? They sound pretty good. In case if you want to listen to, I don't know, a 1-minute tune. So, let's play them, shall we? And if you press the button while the song is playing, you can actually get stomping sounds. So overall, the music feature is actually not that bad, honestly, at least to me. I don't know why it's in a toy. I could just go on iTunes or YouTube to listen to the tracks myself, but hey, it's there. It's there for a selling point, I guess. Is it a good selling point? That's up to you. But, you know, if for some reason you want to listen to your songs from a toy, you can do that. Like me. Oh god, I'm 18. I'm a man-child. Last but certainly not least, there's the light-up gimmick, where it comes with... People say 3, but for me, the first 2 ones are the same thing. I get the short version and also the long version, where both the mouth and the dorsal plates light up at the same time. The first version has the dorsal plates light up and then the mouth. I will show you them right now. And those were the gimmicks. As you can see, the light up gimmick is definitely not as bright as what the prototype showed, which kind of disappointed a lot of people and had them complain a lot about it. How are they for me? Well, for the most part, I don't think they're that bad in low lit conditions. If you light them up in very light lit conditions, like if you have lamps all over the place when you're doing a review or something, yeah, you're not going to be able to see it too well in broad daylight. If you play it at night, you can. It looks pretty good, at least for me. However, I do wish we had the option to keep the dorsal plates and the mouth lit up. Whoever thought it was a good idea to not have them stay on was a very, very poor choice. That kind of annoys me, honestly, because we could have done some pretty awesome photography with this if the dorsal plates stayed lit. So, that is one fail for the light up gimmick. Hopefully they'll fix that with future figures. And give us the option, because not giving us the option, bleh. Size comparison time, and he is not in scale with any of the other 6-inch S.H.MonsterArts figures, because he is a 8-inch figure. So for those people that wanted to display him with Biollante, I do apologize, because even when Biollante is all the way up, out of scale. So it looks like we're going to have to wait for a 6-inch scale Bio-Goji if we want those display pics. When we do not even know when that's going to happen, and it's probably never going to happen, so thanks a lot, Bandai Tamashii Nations. So, what is the final verdict on the S.H.MonsterArts Kyoku Bio-Goji, or Godzilla 1989? Sorry, I'm too used to calling her Bio-Goji. Well, I don't think the figure's that bad. I actually like him a lot personally. I'm not sure if that's because the figure taps into my inner child and inner nostalgia, that I like him a lot because of the light-up gimmick or the sound gimmick. Who knows? There's a certain charm to this figure that I think is undeniable, and to be honest, I like the figure a lot. No, it's not perfect, paint job sucks, the gimmicks could have been done better, but we can only hope that they can fix those in future releases in the Kyoku line. And with that being said, I do believe Bio-Goji is a pretty good start in the new premium line. So let's hope it gets better from here. Hopefully. Oh, dear God, hopefully. With that being said, I do like the figure a lot. No, it's not perfect. But you know what? I think the pros for me easily outweigh the cons. That being said, taking all these other parts in consideration, I'm going to need to give Bio-Goji a 7.9 out of 10. That being said, guys, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe for more content. I do some other stuff like Godzilla Kaiju Heroes, stop motions, and you know, other fun stuff like video games, streaming, you know, other stuff like that. I know I keep saying other stuff, but, you know. And if you also want to share your thoughts, if you're nice about it, leave a comment down below. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up if you want to. And if you also want to, you can follow me on Instagram. Link to it is in the description below. That being said, I'm Super Mariozilla, and I am out. I'll see you all in my next video. Peace out.